Hey, real estaters, you can stream every episode of The Industrialist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Prime members can enjoy ad-free listening on Amazon Music.
Alrighty, real estaters. I've got one Mercer brother on the line. The usual star of the show, Jeremy's out. He's in Miami this week, so don't bother him. He needs the R&R. Jeff's here with us, along with Bella.
Good morning.
It's week 24 of the real estate calendar year. And let's just kind of jump right into it. Bella, what you got?
Our announcements / our property of the week this week is going to be our iOS portfolio sale. So we are pleased to present this portfolio totaling 273,427 square feet across 33.88 acres. It's currently 94.94% leased, and this offering provides passive income with significant rental upside. The portfolio has a weighted average lease term of 3+ years and features a diverse tenant base across multiple industrial uses. Some of the key highlights are there are 11 tenants. It is across 10 sites. The markets are DFW, San Antonio, and Oklahoma City, and offers are due by mid-July. So if you're interested in learning more, you can complete the confidentiality agreement that's linked in this episode description, or you can reach out to me directly to my email, which is my first name, Isabella@matador.net. And once we get that fully executed confidentiality agreement, we'll release the full OM to you. If there's deal-specific questions, you can reach out to Jeremy and Will, but I guess just Will this week because Jeremy's out.
Yeah, a couple more tidbits in there. There are some MLAs that we provided and then also local market experts. So reach out to those guys if you want a little bit more leasing guidance and you don't want to take my word for it.
Cool. Do you want to do the statistics for the economic calendar? There's only 2.
Yeah, we got initial jobless claims. Looks like that was 2 days ago. On June 7th. The forecast was 242. Previous was 247. So we should probably get that was the update. So, and then core CPI looks like previous was 20 bips up, but the forecast is a little bit higher, 30. So running a little hot.
Bacon's going up.
Yeah. Running a little hot here. So, little temperature.
Has to, right? They have to have the disrupted supply chains have to have increasing prices, right?
Yeah. It's a kind of a mess.
Inefficiencies.
Yeah. All right. Indices. So the Dow previous week was at 42,000. This week we're trading at 42,728. So roughly a 1% change. It's roughly 422 basis points. S&P 500, roughly the same, 5,900 and change. Now it's trading roughly 6,000. End of the week there, roughly 1%, 9 bips, 1.09. NASDAQ finished a little bit higher, roughly 1.85% up. The crude had a pretty big jump from $62 a barrel to $65, roughly 4%. The 5-year treasury was a material difference, almost 3% up from almost 4% flat to 4.13. 10-year moved from 4.46 to 4.51, roughly 1.12%. And SOFR's down from 4.35 to 4.29. Let's go over some real estate stocks, some stonks. 1 week performance, REIT office is up big, 600%. That's 600%. 600 basis points, 6% up. Real estate services, 4.83% up. REIT mortgage is up 3.95%. Real estate diversified's up 3.12%. REIT hotel and motels up 2.2%. REIT specialty is up 1.08%. REIT diversified's up 85 bips. Real estate development's up 58 bips. REIT industrial is up 31 bips. REIT retail's down 7 bips. REIT residential's down a full 1%. And then REIT healthcare facilities is down 2.39%. So 2 weeks, we're in the money. Bella, what did we do on our debt? What's Weight Watchers look like this week for U.S. debt?
Let me pull it back up. I started working.
What are you doing? You'll be locked in.
I know, I'm sorry. U.S. debt, we are up 29 buh. And Doge Clock, we saved 10
Whoa.
buh. So, but that's a big drop.
That's a big drop.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, because we've been like neck and neck, like about.
It's been almost net neutral.
Yeah. So anyways, I think maybe because Elon is there, there's the lover's quarrel actually maybe this isn't a lover's quarrel. This is kind of like a divorce.
Yeah. Jeff, you been tracking that Elon and Trump, the fallout?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Elon's learning why you really don't benefit getting into the political game as a business owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who left likes Elon? The Dems probably hate him. Now the Republicans hate him. Who's going to buy his cars?
Ugh.
Who's going to buy his cars now?
Yeah. What was the whole thing? Was it because of the last bill is what they were all mad about? The big beautiful one? Is that what they're calling it?
I don't know what sparked it. I can't remember what sparked it. But
maybe he's just getting a last jab in there to cut some shit that Trump liked. But
well, the big beautiful bill includes getting rid of the electronic car credit.
Oh.
And obviously that's going to hurt Elon. So then I think one of the counter moves is Elon threatened to shut down his space program, thus sending us backwards.
Yeah, but like he needs to get over that. To your point, Jeff, you stepped into the political arena. Those two don't really mix unless if you're in a third world country and you just want to say, fuck it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure 12 months from now we'll be on vacation together.
Probably not wrong. Yeah.
Those guys, they're quick to forget, which is good. You should be.
Yeah.
You should be quick to forget.
Yeah. This is so funny. They're all just angling.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Term of the week. This is something we picked up at the NAIOS convention. And in lingo, it says, yo, Apple's got a high ass moat, bro. No one's touching their ecosystem. It's locked down. So the term is high moat, which is shorthand for saying a company has a strong competitive advantage that protects it from its competitors, like a moat around a castle.
Mm-hmm.
Things that can be hard to compete with are like brand power, patents or tech, tenant connections, and or cost of capital that's cheaper than the average.
Had you heard that word before?
No.
Jeff, have you ever?
No, I've really never heard that term used in business. But yeah, it makes sense.
I would put that as like it's a competitive advantage. But high moat sounds smarter, I guess.
Yeah. You just have to go out in the world and look for these not finance terms to become finance terms.
What anything you hate about real estate last week, Jeff?
I'll tell you what I learned about real estate last week that I thought was great. I went to New York City for the weekend, and it was a whirlwind weekend. But Saturday morning, we signed up for a city jogging tour. So you jog around city Central Park, and your tour guide points out different aspects. And I recommend it. It was fun. Got a little workout in. Got to sweat a little bit and learned things about Central Park. But how much do you think? So in order to get a hot dog stand on public land, they have an auction. And the hot dog stand sitting in front of the entrance to Central Park is the number 2 spot. I don't remember what number 1 was. Maybe it's City Hall. I don't know. The number 2 is going into the zoo. What do you think a hot dog stand rents for in Central Park at the front door of the zoo.
Quarter
What's that annual rent?
$250,000.
Great guess. Great guess. Isabella, you got anything? What's your number?
I don't even. What? Really? Hold on. I'm still processing this.
Yeah. Well, hot dog. You know those little hot dog stands they
yes.
have?
$250,000?
$250,000 is a great guess. Anyway,
okay, well,
it's 300 grand.
Okay, because Will lived up there, so whatever Will says. I did not get a hot dog or a slice of pizza when I was in New York.
Okay, get out of there.
Well, here's the thing. If I went up to those to have my like Sex in the City, Carrie Bradshaw, it was like, okay, $20 for a slice of pizza. What?
You gotta go to the dollar pie place on 8th and 32nd.
No. Oh, yeah. It was no.
No, it's the hot dog you can live without.
Yeah.
So the hot dogs,
That's
the hot
insane.
dogs at that stand are trading for, I think they were $6.95 a dog for just your regular hot dog. That wasn't even like a Nathan's hot dog, but
so he's got to sell 43,000 hot dogs just to break even on rent
in a month.
No, annually.
Is that a month? Annually.
Is that $300,000?
Seems pretty doable.
That's a lot.
Wait, say that again. How many?
If the rent's $300,000 annually, assuming $695 is pure profit, he's got to sell 43,000 wieners.
So how many is that a day?
Hold up.
I mean, that's
120
a day.
Yes, it is. Jeff's got good math.
Dude.
It's a lot of schlong.
That is, oh my gosh. This is a family show. This is a family show, Will. Come on.
How many ketchup packets is that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It probably costs the cost of the hot dog's truly probably 50 cents, right?
Yeah. And then you've got a bun too.
Yeah.
So
you gotta
it's probably
just the hard cost, just as you would say, your wiener lingo.
I have to leave.
The hard cost is okay. Are you leaving?
No, I'm kidding.
Anyway, moving on. But that's what I learned. That's what I don't hate that, but that's what I learned about real estate this week.
How far did you run, Jeff?
It was like 3.5 miles, but it was pretty easy. You run, and then you'd probably run like 200 or 300 yards, and then you would talk for a couple minutes, and then you'd run a little bit longer. It was great. I looked them up. They don't have a jogging tour of Dallas. So it's only in
you'd be running forever.
You literally would die.
Yeah.
No, when I went to New York, we were there for 3 days. We walked 54 miles in 3 days. And it was so nice.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It was I had the time of my life.
Cool.
I love walking.
It's so when I moved to lose my college 20 pounds, when I moved back into my parents' place, I would take NJ Transit from Orange to Newark Penn, to New York Penn Station. Instead of grabbing the 1, 2, or 3 subway back down to Wall Street where my office was at, I would walk from either there or from World Trade Center, and I lost like 15 pounds in like 6 months and barely changed anything about my life just just simply walking.
I would be so skinny. I would be a gust of wind if I lived in New York.
Well, I think, Jeff, the number one location for hot dogs in New York is actually outside of the Met.
Okay. Yep.
That guy
makes sense. Like, go to the opera and get you a dog.
Yeah. So it's right there.
The other thing we did, we went and saw The Outsiders, the play.
How was that?
It was fantastic. If you get a chance, highly recommend.
Alrighty.
So,
did you go to? Did you go to
your time?
Wait, Jeff, this sounds like something you would do. Did you go to the Museum of Broadway?
No, I went to the Museum of Modern Art.
You went to MoMA.
MoMA.
Love it.
Yeah, but after 30 or 45 minutes in there, aren't you just kind of like tired head? You're like, great.
I didn't do MoMA.
Cool.
Really?
Didn't do it, no.
It's good. I think Guggenheim's better. And my favorite, which I told Tommy, is the Frick. That's, I think, the best publicly available private collection.
Now,
in the
what
US.
is I heard about that. I can't remember. What's the theme of the Frick? Is that the Shakespeare Library?
No, it's he's
A museum.
he's a museum. It's a museum. It's the personal collection of Henry Clay Frick. He was basically a industry titan in the late 1800s. He's kind of running with Carnegie and JP Morgan and all those guys. And he was a steel individual.
Okay.
So he's got a ton of just Renaissance pieces, Beaux art. The mansion's a Beaux art design. So it takes up almost a whole city block, which is pretty incredible, but unbelievable collection. I think he's got a Rembrandt in there from what I remember, a couple other pretty significant pieces. So, but
Cool.
well, what you got in sports? You got anything interesting this week?
No. I went to the Yankees Red Sox game, and that was about the most interesting thing we did in sports. But no, nothing. I mean, we still got the NBA going. I haven't really changed my narrative on that. I've got the Thunder winning it in 6.
It's all locked up.
There's nothing going.
Is it all tied? Is it 1-1?
It's tied. It's tied 1-1. I think if I were to bet, I'm taking the Thunder to win game 3, and I'm taking Indiana to win game 4. Anyway.
All right. So Wednesday, the game is in Wednesday starts.
It's in Indiana.
It's in Indiana. So you got Thunder taking game 3, Pacers taking 4, or is that the reverse?
Yeah, I kind of think that's how it'll shake out.
So going through game 4, we're going to be tied up 2-2. Then it goes back. It goes back to Oklahoma.
OKC next Monday, which I think I'm going to go to that game. I think I'm going to make it up there for game 5. So
do it. That'd be great.
Let's go. I think it'll be fun.
Well, let's
go up there and lease a warehouse from me.
All righty, let's move on a little bit here. Bella, you got any news?
I don't watch the news.
Okay. Jeff, you got anything interesting you've noticed over the last couple days, news-wise?
Yeah, I really no.
You're in a New York state of mind.
The only thing I will say is after going to New York and coming back to Dallas, all that blowhard talk that we have about how big and bad Dallas is, we're still pretty small.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I hear real estate agents say, "Oh yeah, Dallas is as big as New York," no way. We're still in our infancy compared to that.
Well, it's a different game because they're selling air rights, right? Like that's yeah. Who owns?
I mean, it made me
you?
think like eventually, as you drive down 35, like where our office is, all these buildings will be gone. We'll eventually get there. We're just 200 years behind.
Yeah. It's
or 400. I don't know when that place was founded, but it's a long time ago.
Yeah. I gotta I'll send you a book. It's I think it was called Island at the Center of the World. And it's about the beginning. It's Island at the Center of the World. I read it probably 6-7 years ago. The epic story of Dutch Manhattan and the forgotten colony that shaped America. It's really incredible. So it starts about it's the whole history of New York starting. It's pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about ripping things down. This is something that every time is becoming a tradition, at least here at Matador, is every time we're going south on 35 through Hillsborough, you always notice the longtime mall that's there that's vacant.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the outlets at Hillsborough, demolition begins soon to make way for a $75 million redevelopment. They only have two tenants right now.
I knew it was basically shuttered, but I always thought you could do an industrial conversion there.
So here we go. The outlets at Hillsboro, once a major shopping hub along I-35, is being bulldozed to make way for a new development by Dallas-based Glacier Retail Partners. Constructed in the 1990s, the mall has been a hotspot for both locals and a destination for shoppers from farther afield. That's kind of chunky. But it has been in decline in recent years, with all but 2 stores now closed. Brian Glazier, president of Glazier Retail, joined Hillsborough city officials June 6th for ceremonial photos with sledgehammers and pickaxes in hand, and the excavator behind them took the first wax at the old mall's facade. So Hillsborough's got roughly 8,500 people. It's roughly 60 miles south of Dallas. Let's see. Okay. So Glazier revealed his vision for the 43-acre site his company bought in May of 23. The site plan includes 14 retail and restaurant pad sites. That's, if you're building those, give us a call.
That's ambitious.
Yes.
That's ambitious.
Along 28 acres, along 35. So there's just a bunch of fast food places going up there along 35, with an additional 15 acres at the rear of the property dedicated to distribution. So there you go. You got 215,000s going in. They look like to be front load. So
yeah, I just thought you could go in there and punch a couple of grade level roll up doors in the front, and you'd have basically service center space.
Yeah, they're just ripping the whole thing down now.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the way of retail, right? They don't ever repurpose.
No, and then the industrial looks like there's some stuff in the back, but they get 83,000 vehicles a day. So,
yes,
10 eyeballs. So
I wish you well.
Yeah, I hope
Best
it
of
works. Hope it works.
Yeah.
So, but that's it. That's a wrap on the news for me. Bella,
Cool.
you got anything else?
I do not.
Jeff?
That's it. Y'all have a great week.
You too. See ya.